Alright, it's finally time to talk about change. Oh. I think this needs a little bit of an explanation. So after hearing everyone, I decided that the most popular answer seemed to be a Changeling game. Either Dreaming or The Lost, and I was ready to go. Until this asshole popped up letting me know that C20 was just around the corner. Yeah, I backed Changeling the Dreaming 20th anniversary on Kickstarter, and every couple of months Richard Thomas has been popping up in my inbox telling me that it's going to be coming soon, and I keep believing him. Against my better judgment, I relented. I wanted to wait until C20 came out to discuss Changeling the Dreaming. So cool. Changeling the Lost then. And lo and behold, whenever I actually go to pull up the PDF, it seems that the thing has gone to the fucking quantum winds. I don't know where it is. I looked over my entire damn computer and all my flash drives. Could not find the damn thing. So, I tried to find one online, and I can't find one that does not come complete with 69 different viruses attached to it. So, I kind of hit the deadline snag. And those are out. Great. Wonderful. What's next? Well, if the fucking title gave you any clue, it's Werewolf. Werewolf the Forsaken and Werewolf the Apocalypse followed up behind Changeling. Out of the two, I chose to go with Werewolf the Apocalypse to do first, since I'm a little bit more familiar with that game. And so here we are, taking off with the second understudy. This is Werewolf the Apocalypse.
When you're in PC, let's rock. When you depend on me to give you weapons and information for your journey and still you still shit and try to hurt me. Let's stop. When you're in PC, let's rock.
This video is tragically going to be a little on the boring side of things, and I really hate to say it, but the reason is simply because I like this game. And by that I mean, I like it. It's okay. I like it. I thoroughly enjoy it. I don't gush over it like Spirit of 77, and I sure am not going to tear it apart like I did with Call of Cthulhu D20. It's just there. I think this is another area of World of Darkness that makes it so great, is you get to choose between these different worlds you get to interact in. Variety is the spice of life, after all. But tragically, a werewolf was never something that I was usually into. Werewolf was just a little too nature-oriented for my liking. And please, do not get me wrong, I'm not saying that this game is bad or anything. What I'm saying is this game is just not really for me. A lot of it I think I can go back into the city versus country dynamic. I am a city person through and through. I love the city, I feel at home in the city. I will take heavy traffic and pollution any day over vast open wilderness. When it comes to who's going to shoot me, I would prefer it's a guy who's actually going to mug me for my money, as opposed to the drunken country dude who mistakes me for a fucking deer. So in other words, I'll always be a vampire guy over a werewolf guy. Sue me. Sure, the country versus city dynamic definitely plays into it, but ultimately, this game just doesn't sell me, personally. But that doesn't mean that I hate the game. It is still a good story, it is unique from the other games, and overall, I have a blast whenever I play it. Just don't expect me to actually show up and say, hey, let's play Werewolf this time. So once again, I really want to stress that this game is good, and I completely understand why people love it, and if you love it, by all means, love the shit out of it. I'm with you on that. It's just not for me. But this is a review, so what else can we say about this besides it not me? Seriously though, this game is great, considering the fact that the original World of Darkness in the early 90s was just Vampire the Masquerade, and werewolves were just nothing more than these gigantic furry tank-based death machines. It is cool to see where they went with it whenever they developed the concept and created the big three with Vampire, Werewolf, and Mage. You want to talk about some OP motherfuckers? For all those people who got on me about the Prometheans, which I'm not disagreeing with, they are definitely OP, werewolves were the original OP motherfuckers. In full Krynos mode, man, those things could fucking destroy armies! Prometheans might be overpowered, but the original overpowered death machine was always the werewolves. From their origin in vampires, these things were 13-foot tall balls of fur and claws that can cut through steel. Interesting to see where you can go with a character and what kind of villains you can create whenever that's your benchmark. And White Wolf didn't disappoint. At this point, I should throw up a pronunciation warning that I might fuck up a couple of these names. Sorry to the fanboys and fangirls of werewolves out there. My apologies. I'm just not that great with pronunciations every now and again, and I've heard several pronunciations for several of these. So, that's my excuse. Werewolf, or Garou in this game, are the last great warriors of the earth who must fight off the cosmic forces from tearing it apart. In this world, there are three main cosmic forces: the Worm, the Weaver, and the Wild. The Weaver spins reality into patterns, the Wild is raw, unbridled creation, and the Worm is just pure chaos. The Garou believe they have been created by Gaia as a means of protecting the Weaver and the Wild from the Worm. Tragically, the Garou are fighting a never-ending battle with chaos, and, well, they're kind of losing whenever you start playing. I love this type of story, just because the protagonists show up typically when the fight is over and the best that they can hope for is to break even. The Garou are dying out due to their strange breeding patterns and the fact that they've been fighting what can best be construed as Azathoth itself on a regular basis. You gotta give these guys credit. They actually did make a pretty good last stand against the fucking evils of the cosmos. Unlike the typical two-choice wombo combo, you have three options to choose from when it comes to character creation. You first get to choose your breed, whether you start as a Homid, or born human, Lupus, born wolf, or Metis, which is a sterile, deformed offspring of two werewolves getting frisky with one another. Then you have to choose your auspices, due to the fact that werewolves are connected to nature and the moon, of course.
Of course!
It is understandable why you would take this route. Dependent upon the moon you are born under is what kind of personality that your character is going to have. Ragabash are born under the new moon and are known as tricksters. Therouge are born under the crescent moon and are known as mystics. Philodox, born under the half moon, are judges. Galliard, born under the gibbous moon, are filled with passion and hot tempers. And finally the Arun, born under the full moon, who are natural-born warriors. Nature versus nurture aside, this is pretty fucking cool. Finally, you got the 13 different tribes that werewolves have separated into. This is one of my favorite parts, honestly. This is the reason why I love Vampire the Masquerade, is for all the different clans, and for Werewolf, all the different tribes. You have the Black Furies, effeminate staunch defenders of the wild, the Bone Gnawers, nasty mangy dog-like characters, Children of Gaia, who believe in harmony over violence, Fianna, which are typically focused on Celtic lore, the Get of Fenris, which are harsh Norse warriors, Glasswalkers, the werewolves who love the cities, like me, Red Talons, who have a hate for humanity and are only in Lupus or Metis forms, Shadow Lords, the curmudgeon leaders of the Garou, Silent Striders, Roma and Vagabond, similar to that of the Ravnos, Silverfangs, the ancestral leaders of the Garou, Stargazers, other tribe converts who believe in balance in all forms, Uktena, of Native American descent, and finally Wendigos, who are a more pissed-off version of the Native American descent. Once more, awesome. Especially since there's Glasswalkers for the city slickers like me out there. So who do these guys fight? Well, fun fact, you have a ton of dudes that you can fight. Not only does the Worm have vampires that werewolves hate, they also have black spiral dancers, which are basically evil werewolves, cultists, Banes, and Pentex, a shadow corporation who wants to fuck with Gaia. So good! You have so many great villains to fight. Vampires, evil corporations, cultists, evil werewolves, all wrapped up into this giant ball of pure, delicious chaos. Werewolf sold me here. That is what I'm talking about. Unlike other games that you either have weak enemies or lack of enemies, Werewolf literally have to fight off the hordes of chaos and have to do it together. They have to work together in order to take on this evil, even while they bicker amongst themselves. This is World of Darkness. So much evil, backfighting, infighting, all in the name of just taking on pure chaos and kind of losing. It's beautiful. It's the World of Darkness I love. There are several games out there that I will play before I pick up Werewolf. The setting just doesn't sell it to me. But man, is this game satisfying though. It is completely understandable why people love it and this is their favorite game of all time. It is an excellent story, and a shit ton of fun, especially if this is in your wheelhouse. While it isn't typically the game that I reach for, that is not going to stop me from giving this game a big ol' crit. This game is amazing, and you should certainly play it, especially if this is in your wheelhouse. If you like werewolves, if you like the nature settings, pick this up. You will have an absolute blast. And with that being said, I'm taking off. Please, like and subscribe for more from me. And also, please, go get on Richard Thomas and tell him to please finish C20 so that I can enjoy that and so that we can all enjoy that.